Hello. We are in the last month of the semester, the first semester of the year 2025. I want us to use this month to start thinking about the prospects for the second semester and see what worked in our administrations and what didn't. And as you can see, this morning, we have just raised the colors with the anthem of the Confederation, which is another step we are taking in our union, which is not without difficulty, because unity is hard, especially in Africa. It is difficult to unite, but it is the solution. We must unite, little by little. The AES is continuing its work, despite all the difficulties, all the challenges ahead of us. If I were naive, I would ask myself the question, but why don't the imperialists want this union? But I am not naive, I know why. And it is the same question that those who still tend to sleep must ask themselves. Why don't they want us to unite? Why does the Confederation scare or hurt some people so much? Because we are approached every day by these imperialists to get one of the three to betray the other. We have been facing this since Reed. Each time, it is those people in charge who are there to get you to leave the Confederation. And it is up to us to reflect. And when we look at our relationships, there is no friendship in fact. In the world, there are only interests. People only come to us for their own interests. We must be well aware of this. We will be fought, we will continue to be fought, but we will emerge victorious and strong. These situations that we are experiencing, we must not take them and dwell on ourselves. On the contrary, it must strengthen us. We must come out very strong from this war, understand why we are expected to succeed, forge ourselves and ensure that in the coming century, we do not experience these kinds of situations. That is what we must keep in mind. So, I invite everyone to redouble their efforts because Burkina Faso is known as someone very courageous, very hardworking, very resilient. And these values, we must therefore work to improve them. Wherever you go in Africa, or in the world for that matter, you will find Burkina Faso. And it is these values that define, that identify Burkina Faso. So, we must do everything we can to be people of integrity, as the name of the country says, to be courageous, resilient people, full of self-sacrifice. Redoubling our efforts in everything we do for the happiness of Burkina, but also for the happiness of our confederation. And that is very important. And once we have reached a certain level, you will understand even better why we are being fought. Because our country is rich. Rich in its human value, rich in its moral values, but above all rich in its subsoil. And it is these riches that are coveted. But these riches must benefit Burkina Faso. Nothing has yet begun in terms of exploitation of natural resources and retribution, therefore at the level of the popular masses. We can change the face of our country. We can leave the situation of underdevelopment and very quickly become an emerging country. All you have to do is work. Everyone must get involved. As much as the fighters sacrifice themselves in the field, we must also manage to sacrifice ourselves in the administration. We must make sure to work beyond what we are used to doing, to push our capacities further. Because, as I said, we have to go very quickly. We will continue our work, continue to build the AES, to be strong, resilient, to make the AES a space of total security, to be able to properly exploit our resources and that it can benefit our popular masses. On this, I invite you to pass this message on to all your loved ones. We must sacrifice ourselves, here in the rear, in the offices, in order to support those who are at the front. So I wish you a very good week, a very good month of June and a very good end of the first semester. And see you in a little while to face the second semester with more energy, more self-sacrifice, more courage. The homeland or death, we will conquer.
Members of the African intelligentsia, it's hard to shock me. It's really, really hard to shock me. There's not much that surprises me. But there was something in this speech that shocked the heck out of me. When Captain TRAORE said, "We are approached every day by these imperialists to get one of the three to betray the other." That shocked the heck out of me. It just really, really hit me hard that people would go this low. The other thing that I took note of in this speech was how very clear he is on his understanding of what all of these quote unquote diplomatic visits are about. Every other day, you see people coming to Ouagadougou to meet with him. You see him fist bumping with diplomats and whatnot. But there was something he said about that in this speech. And he said, when we look at our relationships, there is no friendship. In fact, in the world, there are only interests. People only come to us for their own interests. We must be well aware of this, that they will continue to fight us. But this is not the time to be feeling sorry for ourselves, is what he said. This is not the time to be feeling sorry for ourselves. This is the time to redouble our efforts. These attacks against us should make us stronger. So, members of the African intelligentsia, I'll leave you with those words, just to let you know what the presence of mind is, what the state of mind is, of the leaders of the Confederation. I know he spoke for all three of them, but they are resolved. They are sure of who they are and what they want to accomplish. So I'll leave you to enjoy the new hymn of the Confederation, Homeland or Death, we conquer.
Peuple de la déesse, peuple d'Afrique de ténacité, de sang et de sueur, tu écris dans l'histoire, que fiers de leur passé, tes enfants forgent le présent et bâtissent un monde meilleur. Soldats de sang tous, déterminés, résilients et unis, pour que la reste demeure un espace, un peuple, un destin, peuple de la déesse.
Une autre facette de l'information au Burkina Faso.